this one, we are talking about the big belief breakthroughs that come from stepping in poop. So if we're just meeting for the first time, what's up? My name's Jen Casey. I'm a business strategy and NLP coach, and I work with online coaches who want to turn their social media into sales and think like a top earner. So I was talking to my friend Ashley, sharing this with her, and she said, oh my God, Jen, you have to do this, and you have to keep poop in the title because poop is really trendy right now. So this is news to me everyone, but according to Ashley, this is trending, so we're going with it. But the lesson here and the nuggets here, oh, that's a really, I swear I did not mean to just make a poop pun. I swear, guys. I'm so embarrassed. That was so unintentional. Okay, well, tonight we are talking about the big belief breakthroughs that I'm gonna share with you, and it all came from not me, but my sweet significant other stepping in poop. So this started because I was sitting there yesterday and I'm going, okay, what do I want to talk about on live? I know I really want to jump on and share something. And then my boyfriend comes home and he's like, oh my God, this really cool thing happened to me today. You're not going to believe it. It was so sweet. I was leaving the train, and this couple, they had two really little kids. And so I was helping them get down the stairs, and I was helping them with the baby carriage. And my boyfriend's just like literally the nicest human being on the planet. We've been together for 11 years. He is truly a saint. Like, he helps blind people cross the street, helps old ladies load their groceries. Like, he sees someone in need and just runs to them. He is like, love you, babe. Because he's my podcast editor too. So he is helping this couple carry stuff down the stairs, and he's like, they were so sweet, and they were thanking me. He's like, it was just such a beautiful moment. So nice to be able to do something kind for someone else. He's like, I was on this high. I was just like, wow, that was such a great experience. He's like, and then 2 steps later, I stepped in a giant poop, like a giant dog poop. He's like, and I thought to myself, why? He's like, come on, Jen, you're the manifestation queen. Why did this happen? Why did I immediately step in poop after this amazing thing happened? And then went as far as to say something to the effect of, oh, no good deed goes unpunished. And I was like, OMG, I know why you stepped in poop. So that I could do a live video about this, because this is juicy right here. Again, oh my God, I need to just cool it with the descriptive words. This is getting really bad. But right, so I was like, okay, we need to talk about this on video, and here's why. He said, I helped someone and then I stepped in poop, and immediately decided that those two, because they happened in a similar time frame, that they were somehow linked, that it was somehow cause and effect. And I said to him, this is crazy, because earlier in the day, I was listening to Tony Robbins, because I love me some Tony Robbins, and it was from one of his live events where he was talking about Scrooge, and how Scrooge made the decision that when he was broke, he had a lot of friends. And then as he started to become financially wealthy, he had no friends. And so he linked those two as being correlated, that they were reliant on each other, that if he got money, then he couldn't have friends, or if he didn't have, whatever, right? And I started to really think about this. I'm like, this is a really important thing to talk about, because that's really how beliefs are created, right? We say, this means this, A equals B, or cause and effect. If I make money, then people are not going to want to be my friend. That's a big fear that a lot of entrepreneurs have unconsciously, because these are all unconscious decisions that we are making. Oftentimes decisions that we're making when we're really little, like that 0 to 7 phase, the imprint phase of our lives, where we are little sponges. We are kind of walking video cameras. I mean, we still are, but as a young kid, we're very impressionable. That imprint phase, we take in everything, and the unconscious mind takes everything personally. And so we just accept everything as being truth. Like, Santa Claus is real cool. The Easter Bunny's real awesome. There's a little man that's hiding gold coins throughout my house. I believe it. We just accept everything that we hear, especially if it's being told to us by someone that we trust, or it's being fed to us through society or media, or whatever it may be. And so I started thinking a little bit deeper in this, and that's what I really wanted to pose to you, this idea of what unconscious of or what events have you unconsciously linked that have created beliefs for you? I recently shared on the podcast, after going through my master practitioner training for NLP and hypnotherapy, that I was able to uncover and release some beliefs that I had around being visible and being safe. So it was like, if my star continues to rise, then I won't be safe, right? And there were different things that happened to me when I was younger that in which I linked those two things as being associated, which created my belief. So my question to you tonight, or today, or whenever you're listening to this is short, sweet, to the point. When you start to look at the beliefs that you have that are no longer serving you, I want you to ask yourself, when did you decide that? And were there two things that were linked that had absolutely nothing to do with each other? And this can happen with states as well. And what I mean by that is emotional states. If somebody's feeling pissed off, angry, in a bad mood, and then they see someone that they love, right? Say husband and wife is home, and the husband comes in and he's in a bad mood, he had a bad day at work. If he has a bad day at work over a long enough period of time, or even it really could happen in just one instance, and he sees his wife's face, he could potentially link that negative state, that negative emotional state, to her face. And then all of a sudden he's annoyed and pissed off at her, and he doesn't really know why, but it's because his unconscious is linking the two together. So that's also something you want to be really consciously aware of. If you have kids and mornings are chaotic, getting out of bed, getting out of the house, just start to really think about what decisions you've made about mornings and what decisions they may be making now that they're experiencing this with you, or family, or whatever it may be. There were a couple of things that I had written down, but I want you to really start to ponder this for yourself, because we're going into a new year pretty soon, or maybe you're listening to this after the new year, and there's no better time than right now to start letting go of the old stuff and approaching right now with a completely clean slate. And I know sometimes doing quote unquote the work, the inner boss stuff, it can feel scary before we do it because it's the unknown, right? When we let go of these old beliefs, it's almost like, well, who will I be without them? I've never known a life, or I don't remember a life prior to having this belief. And the truth is, a lot of the things that we've decided, a lot of the beliefs that we've got going on right now were decisions and beliefs that we created many, many years ago, and the highest intention of our unconscious was to keep us safe. Because maybe we were a little kid and we couldn't leave the classroom, and the teacher told us X, Y, and Z, or our parents told us we had to do this, and we couldn't go off on our own and have our own income and release ourselves from a compromising position. But now that you're an adult, it is not only your opportunity, but I would go as far as to say it is your responsibility to go back and do that work, not necessarily I'm not saying to relive any of that stuff that you've been through, but just objectively look at the things that you've experienced as if it's someone else telling it to you, and just ask your unconscious mind what it needs to learn from these events. If you're holding on to things, it's because your unconscious mind has not yet gotten the learnings, and it's still viewing the world through a 5-year-old belief, through a 7-year-old's belief. I mean, when I frame it like that, doesn't it seem a little bit silly that you may be still holding on to some things, decisions that you made when you were 7? Like, just for example, if someone says, oh, I have a fear, maybe I'm ugly or something, or I'm not smart. Well, when did you decide that? Well, this little boy in my class said that to me when I was 6 years old. If a 6-year-old little boy came up to you today and said, you're dumb or you're ugly, maybe you would be triggered by that, but probably you wouldn't be triggered by that because you're like, oh my God, it's a little kid. Haha, that's funny. And yet, we make these decisions when we're little, and we're not cognitively developed enough to be able to be objective to what's happening around us. We can't filter out and say, this isn't personal. That person had a bad day at work. That little kid is in a bad mood. That little boy has a crush on me, whatever it may be. Right? So this is the little piece that I want to give you for this one. So start thinking about, what are some beliefs that you have where you have unconsciously linked two events that were just completely separate, right? So that is what I've got for you tonight. That was my little nugget about stepping in poop. And also, guys, just side note, like when people are saying to me, Jen, I don't know what to talk about on live video, I don't know what to share on social media, every single moment, like prime your unconscious to be the person that looks for stories. Be on high alert. Be ready, because when you start to shift the way that you look at the world and say, what is the lesson here? How can I use this as a teaching tool or a metaphor or way that I can help my audience understand something? You're golden. Like, that is how you stand out. That is how you literally never run out of content. So anywho, that is what I have for you tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here. And if you guys have not already seen, I have just launched my new program. It is called Design Your Business Vision. It is straight fire. Like, seriously, it is all things NLP. It is seriously, I would go as far as say, like, the best program out there on teaching you how to goal set from a place of truly understanding your psychology. I've done 10 million goal setting things throughout the years. They were really great at attacking the behaviors and helping me adjust my behaviors, but they didn't get to the real reasons why I was or wasn't taking action, which was beliefs, values, and identity. And those are things that I felt really called to speak on and tap into in this program so that you can really make some permanent shifts in your life, not just things that are fingers crossed. I hope 21 days was long enough to hold on to this habit. No, we're working at it at a bedrock level to help you make those shifts. So if you want to check out that program and get signed up, you can head to heyjencasey.com/vision. So I will link that up for you also in the notes, heyjencasey.com/vision. I'm telling you guys, it is fire. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me a DM and I would be happy to chat with you about if it's the right fit. You can go to Instagram, find me on Instagram at heyjencasey, or Facebook. I'm just at heyjencasey everywhere. So feel free to reach out, and thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Mwah.